See, we met. Okay, so we're gonna talk about lead generation today. Has anyone like lead generated on their own yet?
Not really, no,
No?
but it's scary.
So what's the scariest part of
I
it
guess,
to you?
knowing what to say, like if they were to ask anything and, sound like a bimbo kind of just.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Listen, like, the best part of that is always like if they stump you on questions, always be like, listen, I don't know, I never wanna say don't know, be like, I can always find that out for you, like, just. I will always find out, I will look it up, I will find the information for you. It's better, like when I do a lot of lead gen by cold calling. I mean, some people do cold calling, because you're just calling random people, and asking for their business pretty much, and let's face it, like anytime we all get solicitors or people calling us, we hang up, or, we don't answer. One thing I don't do is I don't like voicemails, because then they kind of like know who's calling. And the chances of them actually picking up are less. Other people like to leave messages. It's kind of like what your preference is on it. Like this quote here is my fear of failure was greater than my fear of lead generating. And it's so true, because trying to talk to people and sell yourself, because we're in sales. So you're selling yourself to, be something for those people and help them with like a big part of their lives. And most of the time, we're not dealing with car salesmen that are trying to sell $50,000 car. We're talking about 3, 4, 5, up to $1 million of these people's money. So our, what they do and what we do, or the caliber is just totally different, because this is such a big part of their lives. So I mean, personally, like when I cold call, I always say like, oh, hi, how are you? My name is Diane. I'm calling from Keller Williams right here, local to your town. Would you like to know how much your home is worth in today's market? God forbid something happens in your lives, at least you know how much, your home is worth. Because I always like to get my foot in the door with them, because talking to them on the phone is totally different when they actually meet you in person. Because then when you meet in person, you can talk about certain things, you understand what they're going through, why they're thinking about getting a price for their home. And you kind of gain a rapport with them. So I always try to get my foot in the door. So I always tell them, I could, if you let me in for 5 minutes, I could come tomorrow. I always give them like a time, I could come tomorrow at 12, or I could come tomorrow at 7 p.m. And 5 minutes, let me just, take a look at your house, and I will be able to send you how much your home is worth. And then we could do comps for them, and we could do, a CMA, and we can, then provide that. Then you're providing value to them already. Try to be as personable as you can to these people, like when you're shy, and like people, you get that vibe off people all the time, right? So if someone's shy and they're, you're not talkative, like you're not going to gain that rapport with them, with a buyer or seller, or with anybody. Like you always want to gain some kind of rapport with them. You want to feel confident when you talk to them, because they don't know if you sold one house or if you sold 30. They have no idea. So it's all about how you present yourself to them, right? So that's like one of the big things. Um, so 6 core competencies of business: lead generate, capture, and convert to appointments. So when you do cold call them, always give them a time. Like I could come tomorrow at 12, I could come tomorrow at 7. You already have an appointment, because if they're like, yeah, I'll call you back to your number, you're gonna follow back up with them, and so try to get, a time, and you set it for them. So that's easy, to convert those into appointments. And with buyers, if they're looking for a home, and they say, oh, we're just kind of looking, or whatever it is. In the past, I mean, they have to sign the buyer agency agreements, but in the past, even if some agents didn't do it, but I would show them one house just to get my foot in the door. just so they can use me. Like, they don't have the pre-approval yet, it's kind of like a waste of our time. But then you actually meet them in person, they see you, they get to know you, you gain a rapport with them, and at least you're there, right? So then after that, say, okay, well, I see that you're serious, I see, you wanna buy a house, you're gonna wanna put in an offer. Let's get you pre-approved, I have someone great that can do that for you, make the process as seamless as possible, and then you're giving value to them. So, I mean, even if they call and say, I don't have the pre-approval yet, yeah,
So now, instead of meeting them at that first house, like I used to do as well, like, once I'm in front of somebody, everything.
Right.
Now it's pivoting to, I would love to sit down and kind of have a consultation with you, so I could tell you all about the
Mhm.
process, and that's your initial face to face.
It, in my office, like, I always used to bring my buyers in. I always would call my mortgage guy and be like, hey, I have some buyers that, wanna get pre-approved, they're gonna ask questions, whatever, I always get my mortgage guy involved, so then you're sitting down, it's you, the mortgage guy. And the mortgage rep, and you're kind of letting them have all their questions answered. So you're doing a consultation, you look professional, and you're bringing value too, like, here's this guy, he'll be able to answer whatever questions you have, so do that. As much as you can, try to do a consultation with them, get them into the office. Because then you're ready to go, the rep will also tell them, like, they usually come with their own, computers and stuff. So they'll be like, how much money do you make, do you know a roundabout what your credit score is, and they'll kind of give them a roundabout of what their budget is to shop for and what their mortgage payments will be. So then at that point, you'll be able to send them listings and in their budget, and it kind of moves the process along, because if you tell them, like, let's get you pre-approved first, which is the right thing to do because they should be pre-approved. We can't submit any offers without pre-approval. So, I usually do like to bring them all in, like, when I lead generate, I also. Anywhere I can talk, I will talk, because that's how, I'll get people to engage with me. And what I personally used to do was I went around to like police PDA meetings, and I used to talk to them about the buying and selling process of homes. And afterwards, leave my information out there, and I never got like the clients right away, right that day, like, hey, I wanna buy, I wanna sell, I wanna buy, but 1 month down, 2 months down, 3 months down, they would come to me. I would set a consultation up in the office, bring my mortgage rep in, and then we would get it all done in one day instead of them getting pre-approved, getting all their paperwork into them, then it's 2, 3, 4 days later, people are busy, they have lives, they have kids, they have whatever. And then you're weeks and weeks into it, as instead of having that consultation, getting it all done and getting them going. So personally, that's what I do, present to buyers and sellers and get agreement, so the buyer's agency agreement, everyone knows we have to get that signed. Show buyers and market sellers, so. You bring your buyers out, you make your appointments, you set the appointments up for them, you take them out. I mean, I always have even like silly things that buyers appreciate, like I'll have like water in my trunk, and if we're showing houses, like, do you want this, do you want that, like, you just, you wanna make yourself the person that they wanna use. Write and negotiate contracts, has anyone done a contract yet? So the first one, you guys will sit there and look at it and like, what do I do? Like, I've been there, you will be there too, we've all been there, I promise, like, I remember. I'm going into 10th year, like, when I first started, I remember staring, I'd be like, I will never get this. Literally, I will never get this. And you'll do 1, 2, 3, and it'll just become like second nature, you'll know exactly what to do. It's just scary at the beginning, but like, we have so much support here, like, you could turn to anybody in, the coaching, Esteban, brokers, you could do, all of us are here for you guys to help you guys get started and, get your feet wet, and because the first ones are always scary. It's not gonna be just you, we've all been there, so we all know, like, don't even feel like, oh, they're gonna think I'm dumb by not understanding this, you won't, promise you, because we've all been there. Coordinating the sale to closing, so, I mean, especially in real estate, we all know, first. If they do like a home, they're gonna put in an offer, if the offer doesn't get accepted, we go into attorney review. you needed an inspection, like all these negotiations, you're going to be on the phone with that client more than anybody else in your life. And they're going to always turn to you for advice. So even if you don't know it, if they call you like, what should I do? Let them know what their options are. And they'll be able to, and then call one of us. If you're not sure, just call, because especially with time, you'll gain experience. But at the beginning, feel free to reach out, because it is scary. Like, some things you may not know what's the right answer. And sometimes there isn't even a right answer. So you just have to give them the option, be like, at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you. Manage the money. We don't manage money.
Yeah, we don't have one.
Okay, lead generation, fears and myths. I think lead generation is really difficult. You just have to get out there, right? You have to make the calls, and you're going to get hung up on, you're going to say, don't call me again, take me off your list, no problem, have a great day. Whatever it is, just don't, you're on the phone, they don't know you, they don't see you, it is what it is, But somebody that does want to buy or sell, they're gonna engage with you. And even without, oh my God, another realtor calling me. Oh, I see that you're really frustrated because people have been reaching out to you. What can I do differently, or what can I help you with that I can add value to your situation? Let me know. Tell me what's going on. At that point, you're interested in, let them talk. When you listen, you will know exactly why they're frustrated, why they need to sell, why they need to buy, whatever is happening, listen to them. I don't have time to lead generate. That's okay. Like, we all have time to do it. We either don't want to do it, or we're afraid to do it. And once you get over that fear and you start cold calling and you start getting whatever database that you want to use to get names and numbers of people, like with high sell scores, or have equity in their home, or whatever it is, it's going to be second nature to you, and you won't even care that whoever answers you, whatever they say to you, you really won't care. On to the next one, because as many as you do say, 10 will hang up on you, 1 will talk to you. And that person, put into your database, put into your CRM, have them as a contact. So every time you want to follow up, say, put notes down. Even in the CRM, you could put notes down, like, follow up on May 1st. Make sure you have that. And then they'll pop up as one of your tasks in command to when to follow up with them. I don't know what to say. Does anyone feel like that? Kind of to cold call? Like I said, you just want to listen to them, introduce yourself, let them know what you do. And personally, I mean, other people do. When you cold call, do you say something different? I mean, I always say,
I call to introduce myself.
Yeah?
As a local real estate professional, I don't call for business. I call to introduce myself just to see who they are.
yeah, I always introduce myself and just say, by any chance, would like to know how much your home is worth in today's market, just in case, God forbid, something happens, at least you know what your home is worth. Most people, and I always say, no strings attached, free of charge, and people that's when they
Yeah, I
start
like to
listening.
introduce myself
Mhm.
and kind of have a 5-minute conversation about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, then I start talking about what I do and how I can help them.
So even if you call and be like, hi, how are you? My name is Diana, I'm from Keller Williams over here in Rutherford. How are you doing today? Just ask, you don't even have to go right into real estate. Just, how are you? How's your day? I just want to introduce myself. You're gonna get them talking.
Some people be like, oh, first time I get a call like this from a real estate, from a
Mhm.
realtor. I've gotten that plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten thanked for not trying to
Sell them.
sell them on something.
I'm afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid. Like I said, they don't know if you sold 1 house or if you sold 100. As long as you sound confident to them, they have no idea. I mean, I was terrified the first one because it was like an and more expensive home. I literally cried before, like they're going to find out that I'm brand new and this is my first house and they promise you they will not know. As long as you're there and you're showing up and you're confident and you are confident in yourself, they will never know. I think lead generation is really difficult. I was confusing effort with enjoyment. Lead generation is actually easy. It's just not fun. I mean, it's not the best time of your life that you'll ever have, but I mean, if you're hungry and you want this as a career, you're going to call. You're going to lead generate and you're going to call like your life depends on it because I'm going to make this happen. I want this to be my career. And if you put that there and you say like, I even have to time block myself, like Wednesday from 12 to 2, I cold call no matter what. I don't do anything else. And most of the time, unless it's like a dire emergency, I don't schedule showings, I don't do anything. That is when I cold call. And if you block yourself in and make yourself do it and schedule it into your time, you will do it. You're going to do it.
You have to commit to that time.
Mhm.
Like I've spoken to you guys, I don't know, a lot of you work full time, so that's why maybe our contacts a day, goal is smaller than what a full time agent is. But at least if you have that minimum goal and you commit to the times we've spoken about to actually hit those goals, there's no reason why you can't. At
Even
least-
if you have another job, if you block yourself in and say like, some people like to cold call like 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. because people are home. And if you work, that's a great time to cold call. You just have to block yourself in and do not give yourself excuses. This is when I'm doing it. This is,
Yeah, this is when I clock in and this is when I clock out.
and the more calls you make, the more comfortable you will be. So even if like the first 10, you're like, oh my God, I sounded so stupid. It will pass and then you will have experience from people and say, if they say this is what I'm going to say back. It'll be like second nature. You just have to get started and you have to start doing it.
And you guys have scripts,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah. All these scripts.
I don't have time to lead generate. I had an issue of making time to lead generate, protecting that time. Time block, put it into your calendar and let it stay there. I don't know what to say. You guys have the scripts. I had to get on the path of mastering the dialogue skills needed in this business. Have it in front of you when you cold call. So even if like, you're always kind of like looking it over. And then over time, it's going to be second nature. Those comebacks, what you say to people. I'm afraid of making mistakes. I found that lead generation is nothing more than a set of tasks and skills that are well documented. It is a skill. And you will gain that skill. You just need, the experience to do it. And the way you get experience is just start doing it. There's no, magic pill behind it. You just have to start doing it and it will be like second nature to you, I promise. So sphere of influence, has everyone called like their sphere of influence? Everyone knows that you guys are real estate agents now and this is what you do. Try to post stuff like that on social media as much as you can, because especially in this day and age, we get so many leads also from social media. So, posting real estate content constantly puts you in front of those people's faces because people will forget that this is what you do. But if you're constantly posting about it, they will remember it. So posting on social media, even if you're sending postcards, doing whatever, if you're touching these people constantly, you're in front of their face. And even posting content, like, it doesn't even have to be your property. Somebody else listed a property. Just ask the agent, be like, do you mind if I market this property for you? All of us will say yes. There's nobody, that I don't think will say like, no, you can't market my property. And then put it on your social media. These people don't know if it's your house or somebody else's house. They see that you're selling, you're doing something. So they think that you're working, you're successful, you're doing well. It's all about public perception, right? So try to do that as much as you can. But then,
So we're at 8% now, instead of 10% return on the number of calls you make.
oh,
It was historically around 10%, but
Really?
obviously, things have changed a little, so we're at 8%, so now just gotta work a little harder for those contacts.
right. Potential referrals and database. 25. Has anyone gotten any referrals yet? From family, friends, anyone?
Sure,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Bella's new, she just started, so, but she will be getting them, especially after we sit down and talk.
Yeah.
But they have.
I do have one, but I'm not sure, my mom talked about friend, that he's looking for a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment in Hackensack. So I was gonna ask Amanda, like, if I have access to the MLS yet or not. Or-
Yeah, she'll be able to let
Okay.
you know, and then, you can send them, all the properties. You could put into the MLS, you just have to, look. There's spaces where it says how many bedrooms, what's their price range,
I have a 2 bedroom Hackensack.
Oh,
Oh, 2 bedroom,
I have a 2 bedroom Hackensack available
okay, so,
yeah, and Hackensack's a great town for rentals, I
for
mean.
2,600. Right on Prospect.
so I guess I'll.
Up to me.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah. Your typical commission fee, 5,000, that's what's the average now?
Probably not here.
Yeah, that's
This is national averages. But this is just showing you the power of having a database site, a
right,
healthy database. Just basically, the number of, showing you that just from your SY alone, if you have 250 contacts, you could potentially have an income opportunity of 225,000 if you're working properly.
I put every single person into command. Because then when I do a campaign like a smart plan and every month sends out to those people that shows up into their email. Like literally anybody, I have taken like names off my kids' PTA lists and have put them and put them into command, because you don't know, their brother or sister, then whoever is going to need real estate advice, and I wanna be in front of as many people as I can. So putting everyone into that database that you can. Do it. On Facebook, a lot of people have their email addresses, like when you click on their profile, like their date of birth and stuff. Their email addresses are there. Write them all down, put them in, grow your database. The more you can grow your database, the more you will be successful, and like everyone will say that to you. Any successful agent, big time, they will put everyone in there to get in front of those people. Like that is the number one thing you guys have to be doing. Like every family, friend, anybody, put them into your CRM, put them into command. And then they don't have to do like the smart plans but you can, be taught how to monthly even send out newsletters to them. And it automatically, you could create it on there or on Canva and send it out, and you could do that monthly, and it will send to, as many contacts as you have. That's a real easy and cheap way to get in front of people. Your database. So you wanna lead capture your database, so your leads, then you have your contacts, so all of your contacts from your phone, everything should be in your database. Cultivate contacts for conversion. Leave notes on your database, when to follow up with them, when you called them. I always have like, what, 4-1 called. Client said X, Y, and Z, just so it could refresh in your mind when you have to call back in a month, what your conversation was prior. So always leave notes and stuff, because that is an easier way to convert those from just contacts to clients. And they feel like you remember them, you remember the conversation. Prospecting and marketing are lead generation activities that deliver leads to your business. I mean, one big thing is to, lead generate, your prospecting, your marketing yourself. Don't just expect to leave your card somewhere and someone's going to call you, because I don't think I've ever had anyone call that says like, oh, I saw your, your business card at the nail salon. Even though I do that, I leave it there. I, leave them wherever I can just to get in front of more people. But that's not enough. You have to have conversations with people, and you're going to get to the point, even you just wanna talk to everybody. Talking to people, letting them know what you do will be the number one way to get in front of them. Like my husband jokes around, so I could sell one of my kids because we'll go out to dinner and our waiter will be saying,
$200 listing,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. and I will talk to the waiter about real estate. And I will leave my card. You just have to tell everybody what you do, and just talk about it. Or if someone just starts talking about, oh, the economy's so bad, be like, I'm in real estate, I totally know what you're thinking about. Just bring it up when you can. Like at the end of the day, we are in sales, right? So you want to put yourself out there as much as possible. So prospecting, money intensive, passive, long-term results. That's with marketing. So that's when I told you guys also, like when I speak at different functions, I don't get results same day. But I have, my pipeline and I know that I'm putting myself, so that is always full. So your results aren't today, but they will come. Prospecting is time intensive, proactive, immediate results. So prospecting, like we also said, like cold calling. You will get people that sometimes will need things right away, like an apartment right away. I need to move. I mean, I've had people call that said, 5 days before, like, I need to be out of my house, my landlord's selling it in 5 days, like. Well, way to go, always saying like how much they probably told you and now, but you will be there to show them as many as possible and you will be a point of contact for them. Now, if they have a great experience with you, they're going to refer you. Bella was great, use her. It's all word of mouth for us, so the better experience they get from you, the more referrals you will get. Even when, especially in this business, because you're dealing with certain situations that are hard, people don't want to sell their house, they don't want to move, they don't want to do this, sometimes it's a difficult time for them. And the more you can be personal to them and, be there, you will get those referrals from there because they have family, they have friends, they have everybody, you will be the point of contact for them. So that's a big thing as well. Database is a container that holds information of your leads and contacts. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Your CRM, your database, you should be putting everyone in there. A smart data bank allows you to have planned and meaningful communication with your database. So that's why I said leave notes for it. Let yourself be reminded when you do have to follow up, when you do have to call back, what you're actually talking about with these people. People who have earned the right to at least have a one-way conversation with leads. And contacts people you've had a two-way conversation with and whom you've established a value-based relationship with. So I guess the contacts that you already have. I mean, you have some sort of relationship with these people, you have their number, you have something, so that's different than just a random lead that you're calling. Relationships must be attended to, cared for, and cultivated. Happy birthdays, happy anniversary. Oh, it's been 1 year. I mean, Facebook will also do it for you, or Instagram, and they'll show you your memories. Like sometimes in the morning before I get my kids started, before everybody wakes up, like I'll see on like the memories. So I'll even put on my notes like sold a house with this person a year ago today, and then I'll later on, because they don't want me texting at 5:30 in the morning, so later on it'll just be from my notes to be like, hey, I can't believe it's been 1 year since you sold your house, how's everything going? I always touch base like that. And then they're like, wow, she remembered, so I put it into my database, I put it into CRM, and then the easy cheat way is also social media. So types of communication: phone call, email, text message, face-to-face, KW app, handwritten communication. I just was having this conversation with Esteban yesterday. I'm trying to get a listing for a house. It's been sitting vacant for a really long time. And I mean, I'm going to drop off my listing packets again there, but this time I put a handwritten note on there, introducing myself, how long I've been in the business, blah, 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 that I have clients for them, they're in a desirable neighborhood, I
And
grew up.
Diana, how many times have you dropped stuff off there already?
6.
And no response, you're still dropping off.
Because you know, at that point, that house that's vacant, that's like low laying fruit, just to grab. These people are going to sell. And I know they're going to sell, the house is vacant, I've asked the neighbors, cause I'm renting the house next door for another client. I've even asked the neighbor, like, hey, do you know what the deal with that house is? I tried calling, you know, no one's,
Yeah, Diana even found out who the sons and daughters were. Found out their phone numbers, their addresses, and could potentially be dropping stuff off directly to them.
I mean, we're women, we know how to do FBI work to begin with, right? So, I mean, finding these people, I mean, it's like a breeze, you know? So. Yes, because I don't want to have them go to another agent, you know, I know they're going to sell. So as many times as I have to get in front of these people, and now I know from the neighbors. The parents passed away, the kids do not get along, so they just keep paying taxes on this house and it just keeps sitting there. So I know they're going to sell, like. It's going to happen, so I'm just gonna keep getting in front of their face, I'm going to call, I'm gonna drop stuff off, I'm going to keep doing it until that house is mine. Because you also, you know, you think about it, what's that house, I'm gonna list it for, you know, $700,000. Would any one of us leave behind $20,000 on the table? Like, here's $20,000. I don't need it, I'm gonna walk away. No, you're going to keep going at it.
Here's
because-
20K at some,
Yeah,
you just have to
just keep at it.
stay in their face.
And what does it cost you to drive by, print some things out, leave a note, call them? Nothing,
Be consistent.
it's just an extra step in our
It's just
business.
your job,
Yeah,
let's be real,
yeah.
it's our job.
I have another one that I worked at probably for a year in Garfield. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, like I decided, like, I'm gonna go back to basics last year, right? So I used to go door knocking and to people's faces like, hi, how are you? Just wanna introduce myself, I'm Diana, I'm a local agent. If, are you interested in, you know, possibly buying or selling, whatever it is? They see you, they're not going to just shut the door in your face, they're going to have a conversation with you. And that is actually an easy way to get in front of people. You don't have referrals, you don't have clients. I used to door knock 3 days a week when I started. 3 days a week for like 5 hours, I would go out every day because I wanted the business and there was no other way of really doing it. So I just went out, I mean, for safety reasons, like if you wanna bring somebody with you, that's fine, but go door knocking at these people's homes. I did it back again last spring and I got some listings for this spring coming up. No, it was more like towards the winter, so it was, cause it was cold, I remember wearing a jacket, and now I have listings for this spring just from that one. And one of the clients that are selling, they literally opened the door and were like, you know what? We're actually selling this house around April, our son's getting married in March. And once we have his wedding here and he could get ready in this house, we're selling him in Florida. I mean, that was crazy. That was out of the ballpark. Like, here is my information. I would love to. Do you want me to come inside, come see the house? At least you could get a price and you could give it to me. They invited me in the same day. I mean, thank God I share my location with a lot of people, you know, but when you're hungry and you want this business, you're going to do it. Even it, like, I feel like I have anxiety anytime there's like a lull, you know, and it's like, what do I have to do? I'll go back to door knocking. I have no problem doing that. And then you get in front of people, oh, I'm just renting this house. Oh my God, have you ever thought about buying? You know, there's programs for first time home buyers, you only have to put 3% down. There's cases where, you know, we have sellers paying the closing costs. I've even gotten buyers off of it that way. Because people will open the door and be like, no, I'm not the owner, I'm just renting. Oh, well, that's awesome, but have you ever, you know, is your dream to own a home one day? Get these people, and the best way you could do it is go door knocking. Go in your neighborhood, go in the town, or whatever it is. Put out certain blocks, and I always have notes in there, like, if there's a possibility, I put the address, what the person said, what their name was, so when I call back, like, Hey Bob, this is Diana. Remember we met last year in December? Came knocking on your door. You remember that, but it's all in your notes. So that's an easy way to lead generate as well. So like I also told you, leaving your business cards is so different than face to face. Once you get face to face with somebody, it's a whole different ballgame. Your database will generate leads in the form of new repeat referral business. I mean, that's what we've all been talking about. Put them into putting your notes in, putting them into the database. Lead generation never ends. Is best when time block determines the size of your business. I mean, what we've been saying this whole entire time. You're going to lead generate. Doesn't matter how long you've been in this business, you're going to continue to lead generate. It's just what this is, it's sales, it's this real estate business, you're always going to be lead generating. So the sooner you can become comfortable with it and stop being scared of it, the better you'll be and the faster your business will grow. Sphere of influence, so it's your immediate family, friends, relatives, neighbors, past co-workers, hobby sports groups, teachers, churches, professional services, financial, legal services, personal services, auto services, real estate agents. So all of these people should be in your database. Like I told you, any person that I have their name and just email address, I put into the database because that will be a person that will give you a referral down the
And
line
when you
or
categorize them, you just tag them.
yeah.
So you can always go back and group that those people.
So when you put the contact in, when you click one of the menus down, you'll be able to write down if he's a buyer, potential seller, if he's a relative or a friend. You can just put those people into groups. So when you do send out emails, you'll be able just to have certain groups. So the more organized you can be from the beginning with that, the better off. Especially when I came over to KW, that's one of the things Esteban told me, and I've been doing it ever since. Because if I have a campaign that I want to send out through email just for buyers, I have a group just for buyers.
Yeah, like if I have a potential project for land, I can go in and literally put in either investor or builder, and I can group those people and send it out to everybody.
And any way that you can market yourself, do it. When I first also started this business, I used to do CrossFit. I used to coach CrossFit. I would leave flyers at the front desk. I asked them if I could leave all my business cards. You just want as many people to know that you're in real estate. Make sure they know. Even little things, people ask, for my kids' schools or other, places, my friend's a police officer in Bergen County. She said, hey, we're doing a tricky trade. Can you donate a basket? Buy some bottles of wine, put it in a basket, put in a folder, your business card, a flyer from you, that you're a realtor, put a nice bow, put your business card on top, donate it. And it'll literally cost you $50. But the more you can advertise yourself, it's going to come back to you. You just have to have a plan. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to put myself out there, I'm going to have as many people as possible know this is what I do for a living. Change the way to look at things, and the things you look at change. Expand your sphere of influence, add more personal information to all of your sphere of influence contacts, what we just said, categorize them, leave notes. Just ask people for their information, hey, can I just have your email so I can put you in, my contacts for real estate if you ever need anything. Everyone will say yes, it's just their email address. Even when I go to, like I told you, I went to the police functions and I talked at their meetings, I would always tell them leave me, I always a sign-in sheet, your name, number, and email. I promise you, I'm not going to harass you. You'll get a few emails from me, but when you need me, you can reach out to me. And everyone has always, I built my database just from that alone, all the meetings, I would get 30 on each sheet of paper. And you put them in there. referrals. The only way you guys are going to get referrals is from your database, is from your sphere of influence. So the more that you can work on that, the more referrals you will actually get. I am building my business on people I know and the people they know. Do you know of anyone from family or friends, work or neighborhood or a group you belong to who's thinking of buying, selling a home or investing in real estate? I'd be pleased to be a resource for them. If you hear of someone with a real estate need, will you keep me in mind and let me know right away? That's something easy that you guys can say.
Hey, Arizona.
Yes.
Hallelujah. I feel it.
We're not doing hot real estate anymore. Love it.
So best practices, track your lead source, audit your lead source, diversify your database and be consistent. Be consistent. You can't just do it one day and then do it the month after and think like that's going to get you. Be consistent. Time block, time block, time block. Do it, work on your business. That's the only way, you know, your business will grow if you actually work on it. So if you want to pick one of our brains, like, how do I do this? What do you say when you door knock? I want to start doing that. I want to start cold calling. Can you be here? What? All of us will help you. Just have a plan of what you're going to do and how you want to grow it. Time block your lead generation time, prepare, mindset, practice, call list. Take action, the conversations you have with these people, maintain database and follow up. You always want to follow up. You never want a lead to go to another agent or, you know, like we just talked about, like following up so many times with them until you actually get it. Just pretend like someone is waving money and this is where you have to get to. Battle distractions, protect your time block, build a bunker, store provisions, sweep for minds, and list support. I can't stress to you guys enough like how important it is to time block because that is the only way you will do it. Schedule it, schedule it, schedule it. How has your thinking changed? What ideas or mindsets were new? What do you feel differently about? What was meaningful to you today? How will your behaviors be different going forward? What actions will you take? Have you time blocked? Like cold call?
I have not. I know. I wanna start though.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, I mean, I'm kind of like nervous because I do have a full-time
Yeah.
job plus kids and I do have one client that I'm helping find a home, so I'm like a little nervous as to like my time management, how would that go if I was to get another
Oh,
client?
Do it for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Try just as get your feet.
Well, I mean, I mean, our goal is very simple, right? I think what is it, five
Mhm.
contacts a day? Whatever we said, or 3 times a week, that what it was.
I think it was like 10 per week. I believe.
It was 10 per week, we did, something slow to kind of
Yeah.
give her the time, you know what I mean?
But it's pretty much just to like build my database.
Yeah.
Right?
So when, like, I remember the last class that I did, we talked, like, when Esteban actually introduced me to PropWire. And I mean, for like, they had the best numbers for who actually was able to call. They'll give you 3 or 4, but you call them, one of the numbers always works.
Mhm.
And try to get, you know, clients that way and then build your database that way. In the past, I've made videos, even like say I would cold call first and then I would send a follow-up video. And let me tell you, the first time I did that, I was like, they're gonna think I look so stupid. Or I feel so stupid even sending this. Like, hi, how are you? My name is Diana. Thank you so much for having a conversation with me today. If you need anything real estate related, I can always be a point of contact for you. I would just like to help you as much as I can. And I would send a video. And then after, you know, a while, I'd be like, I'm the only one doing this right now that I know of. Like, so these people are getting a video from me being like, would you want to click on it? If you just talk to someone, they sent you a video, like you would. But you're distinguishing yourself, you're making yourself different from somebody else, right? So then instead of just being a random person that they just talk to, now they see your face, now they see like, oh, she's nice. You know, she's not like just a creep that's calling me. You know, so just trying to make yourself trying to do something a little bit more different. Because
And
like,
that's via email or text message?
oh, that was a text message,
Good,
yeah.
yeah, no, yeah.
So whatever number I was able to get a hold of him on, I would send that text to that number.
I mean, think about it. Someone's gonna, cause I've done that too, but someone will see your video and they'll probably laugh about it
Yeah.
at first, and they might even say, look what this is.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And then that stays engraved in
Mhm.
people's head.
What I did do was I sent out mailers to
Yeah.
neighbors.
Oh, that's great.
And then I did, it was last month, so it was like beginning of spring, so I sent out like a little seed packet in there.
That's
Just to
awesome.
celebrate the beginning of spring.
Yeah,
So
I mean-
I wanna follow it up at least once a month.
And these are the ones that I told you, we should skip trace all those addresses. So that we get their contacts, so at some point you try to make a call to see if they got it or something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Cause it's not that many, how many was it?
I think it was like, no, I sent out it was like 30.
Yeah, no,
That's
30,
great.
I mean, 30 will cost you $3 to see
Yeah.
trace those addresses,
Mhm.
nothing, you can get their contact.
And I think I skipped trace.
You did already?
too.
Okay, good.
Not every single one, but cause I did my neighbors like on my block,
Mhm.
just to, hey, how are you? And then I did some a little more further out, like Richfield Park
Mhm.
and Hackensack.
Yeah, so that's the best way to get those contacts and put them into your database. I mean, those postcard mailers. I use like New Jersey MLS a lot, like Remind, because they'll send you the postcards
Yeah.
like straight from them. I just got a phone call this morning, some older lady in Wellington, like, hey, I got your postcard like 2 months ago. I need my apartment re-rented out, like, would you be able to help me?
Remind those postcard?
So like those mailers were sent out like a few months ago, she's calling me now because they save them.
Especially the older demographic.
Yeah, the
They'll take-
older
they'll put 'em
ones,
on their
like I said,
fridge.
even older, maybe I can tell them the phone.
Yeah.
She saved it and then I guess she knew like, oh, my tenants are gonna move out soon or whatever it is, and she saved my postcard for when she needed. A real estate person, so like I said, it's sometimes not instant gratification, like, oh my god, I sent the postcards out like a week ago, it's still no one called me, it's not right away, but you will get it down the line.
And is it pricey from the MLS, the postcards? No.
I think I forget what comes out.
I think typically they come out to like 80 cents.
I was gonna say, I don't know why 75 stands in my head, but it literally was like the postcard plus 5 cents. Like it was very easy, cause yeah,
And there's a lot of platforms, you can use Prism's platform
Mhm.
or KW marketing site. There's a lot of them that we could use that help you with it.
I know some agents that do it straight from like the United States Postal Service.
Mhm.
That,
Yes,
yeah, you could literally do it on their website and literally mark what area you want them delivered
but
to.
then you have to design everything and do
Right.
it yourself. Some of these other sites, like if you go on
Mhm.
Remind or you go on the KW marketing site or even Speak to Billy, he can help you set it up.
Mhm.
They're everything's already, there's already templates.
You just have to replace your picture and
Yeah.
number and email and send them out.
Yeah, 'cause I see-
Don't send them if that's all you're gonna do one time, that's waste of money.
Mhm.
Send them and there has to be
Be
follow up.
consistent.
Like this house that I have in East Rutherford right now, the neighborhood is just. Like fantastic compared to like the rest of the town, there's a lot of like 2 families, this is just like little suburbia kind of, in this area, and it was, I would say like 5-6 blocks. So. It was maybe like last November. I just targeted it, so I made sure like once a month for 2 months, I sent 2 mailers out. And then I ordered also like door hangers, and then I went and door knocked to it was 5 blocks, I'm like, I could do 5 blocks, whatever. I went and door knocked on every single person's door. In that whole neighborhood, and I
Do
left
you
their
need
names.
anything to door knock? Cause I'm on my community's like Facebook page and they're like, oh, they need a permit to door knock.
Some
Some towns you do,
Neighbors,
but you're always gonna get those people,
Yeah.
like, get off my lawn, okay, I hope you have a great day. And be nice to them, and they literally can't say anything to you, like, oh, I really apologize for, whatever, I hope you have a great day. You're nice to them, they're not gonna say anything. So you will have those people, like I said, also this business, you're gonna have thick skin and you're gonna grow it. Because what's the other option, you're gonna go home and be like, oh my god, they were so mean to me, like, my daughter is meaner to me than you, sir, like.
Diana, thank you, and I have a meeting right now.
Yeah,
You guys
go ahead.
can be available for like a half hour, 40 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if they're like, don't fucking call me ever again, like, okay, I have an 11-year-old, you know,
Yeah.
daughter that calls me up once a day, like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. So it says the daily success system is 10 conversations, 10 contacts, 10 handwritten notes. Social media, 10-5-1. I'm mad at myself because for a time, like I made sure that I posted like 3 stories a day and 1 content a day, like even if it was explaining, one website that I love, it's called Agent Crate, it's $20 a month. You can get anything that you want to post online, they'll even make you videos, like there's videos on there, like to post, and you send them like your picture and you write down like, you know, outside like Diana Buenafuente, my phone number and my email, they'll make a whole video. I'm like, hey, the spring market's here and like everything for you. All you do is save it and add it to your social media. They'll give you things to write, like what is escrow in real estate? Some people don't know. And then they'll even tell you what to write on your social media. I mean, that website I still use till this day, and I mean, I've been using it for years and years, and it constantly comes out with new content, and it helps you post things when you don't know what to post. It will help you tremendously, and it also has scripts in there. It has a ton of things that you can use as a, you know, especially if you're like newer to the business. It helps me tremendously, and I still use it. And like I said, it's literally $20 a month.
Agent Crate, you said?
Yep, it's Agent Crate.
You know what I've been getting to? Phone calls from like assistants. Like
Oh, yeah.
that help you.
Like virtual assistants.
Yeah, that they can help you like lead gen
Mm-hmm.
the call people for you. I'm just scared. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar. Again, it's like the beginning of my career, and it's like
Yeah. So right now, I mean, I had to like just delegate my time, and you guys will all get there, like to a point where it'll be like, how can I conserve the most of my time to get even more business?
Mhm.
So, you know, you're running around with buyers and sellers and listing, and like if you do have like, you know, I have 3 kids, I'm number 4 is on its way, like, so like my life is crazy. So like when I cold call, like it just takes up so much of my time. Like now I'm like starting to outsource it, so somebody else can make the calls for me and then let me know all the conversations that they had so I can follow up again. It just alleviates some of your time, but when I started this, like I was so hungry, like I'll be honest with you guys, I was freshly divorced, I had a 3 and 4-year-old, and I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? Like I was in the medical field, I was working 12 hours, and I was like, who's gonna pick up these kids? Who's gonna drop them off? I have to make a change. So this is why I got into real estate. And I was so hungry, like I'm gonna make this happen. So that's why I tell you guys, like door knocking, going and talking to people. Like I took anybody that wanted to see a house anytime. Like I had no business being in Prospect Park and Patterson. Like thinking back to it, I'm like, oh my God, I should have died 10 times by now. You know, but you are just be hungry to get this business and it will work for you. You just have to put the time into it. Any agent that is successful will tell you, like, grind, grind, grind. It may take a year even, but if you're like, I cold call Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 3 to 5, I door knock Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. Like if you grind, it will come back to you. And there's nothing anyone can say because like I'm living proof of it. I know agents that are living proof of it. But if you think the business is just gonna come to you, it's not. There's way too many of us. Everybody knows somebody. You just have to go out there and be like, this year, I'm just gonna grind. And it will come back to you, cause even like to this end, like I've been doing it for like 10 years, somebody will be like, hey, blah, blah, let me know, like you really helped them, like, can you sell my house? Like, and to just sit back now and get like the phone calls, like, can you sell my house? Cause somebody wants you and you're not wanting it the other way around, like, you're like, oh my God, all those years of like getting 5 hours of sleep, like really paid off, you know, and there's no secret sauce behind it. It's sometimes, you know, I put my kids to bed and I'm working on like like my social media stuff for the month, or what I'm going to do, or reading, or taking webinars, like you're still learning, you know? So like my big thing now is like just educating myself more, because people are getting so many leads off social media. So how to like perfect that, how to get it, you know? And the best way is just to keep posting, like one, I mean, there's a Canada agent that she does not pay for leads. She does not call, she does not do anything, she bases everything off social media. So like I was really intrigued, I was like, that's another lead generation that could come to me, how do I do it, you know? So just doing like things that I'm redoing myself is even certain houses, like if you don't have houses listed, like say, hey Diana, like I see you have a house for sale at this address, can I go do a video? One of the things that this agent does, which she now has a brokerage with 100 agents underneath her, and she built it all from social media. Her husband helped her because he was like in marketing, but she built, and she does not pay for Facebook ads, nothing. She does not pay for any ads. She does not, do anything besides social media, and like tweaking little things, because you don't, you lose engagement. So like I've been doing like you can post like, hey, do you know what $700,000 could buy you in Rutherford, New Jersey? And do a little video, walk around, put some music behind it. Like all you need is 30 seconds because people scroll, right?
Mhm.
Just like little things, you want to keep educating yourself just to be better in this business. So if you guys actually write down a plan, like literally do it, like Monday, Wednesday, whatever time, like you may have limited time, you have a family, you have kids, whatever. This is when I'm going to cold call, and best time to actually like go door knocking, guys, is like Saturday. Because most people are home. And just introduce yourself, like, hi, my name is Bella, I'm with Keller Williams, I just wanted to introduce myself, if you ever have any real estate needs. We have printers, print out something, you could put it on, Canva or wherever, like, with your name, information, a little thing about yourself, like, if you need anything, just give it to them. But put in the work, and I promise it's gonna come back. I literally promise you. I will give you a closing check if you don't. But if you do it, I promise you it works. Do not call list, Telephone Consumer Protection Act. So there's our people like that are, are on a do not call list. And when you pull like Esteban and I use Propwire to skip trace and get phone numbers and names. And it doesn't cost you guys a lot. It's like, I don't know,
It's like 10 cents.
10 cents per contact. So sometimes, I mean, I've gotten a whole town of high self-scores, which is like people that have a lot of equity in the house and have paid off, like say half of their mortgage, like their names will appear on that. Sometimes it will say like, do not call on there.
Yes, Chris.
It is what it is. I mean, I personally, as I said, Juncture just use it as a suggestion, but you can follow it. I engage every conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in a relationship with me. You do good by people, they're going great for you. Prepare your conversation list. And it's easy because you guys also here at Keller Williams, we do get trained very well. So you get scripts, you kind of know what to say. If you guys do wanna, I mentioned it last time, The Power of No, it's a book. It will let you know what to say to every single comment a buyer or seller can make to you.
What was the book?
It's called The Power of No. Read it and write down notes. I have them. I still have them. I showed you the paper, like it's from 10 years ago that I literally handwritten like notes from it, and I've always used it. Update contacts, follow up, celebrate your successes, celebrate when you've done well. Prepare for your next session, grow your database. That's it. Yeah. So, do you guys have any questions? No?
Where do you get this database to call?
So, there's different programs that, you can get it from. Personally, I use Propwire. You can skip trace, I believe, from that, where I do postcards, Remind, but PropWire, I just. This from experience has like the better phone numbers for you to call. Some are not active, I mean, they try to get as many phone numbers as they can for that contact, so some numbers aren't good, but eventually they'll give you like 3, 4, one of them works. And one of them is either the landline phone number, whatever it is, but PropWire is probably the best bang for your buck. And you will get also with them, they'll even give you an email, not every single one has it, I mean, every single one has phone numbers, not every single one has emails. But I'll say maybe half of them have email addresses too for those people. And then if they do have it, immediately put it into your database.
You just see a list too if they own more than one property and
Mhm.
tells you where else they own.
Like they'll, whatever property, like say is paid off, they'll give you that property name. But their mailing address could be different, so you already know, like, they don't even live there. So that's also a good one, like, have you been thinking about possibly selling your two family? If somebody gave you the right price? I mean, just like little questions just to intrigue them. But that power of notebook like really is fantastic. Because I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel the biggest part of like starting off was like not knowing what to say back,
Yeah.
right? So you just wanna feel more confident, and that's what I did back then, like I wrote down like if they say this, what to say back, like it was like almost like robotic for me at that point. So the more you know, follow that kind, it'll just become a second nature at that point. Like I said, when they're like, oh my god, another realtor, like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like I see that you've been getting harassed by us, like is there something that I can actually help you with that they're not, like, can I answer anything, like I don't even wanna sell myself to you, but can I help you with anything? And right off the bat, like you're just being different than selling, you know, or wanting their business to sell their house, like. If, I mean, I said it last time, but I always tell like agents that I train, like, you don't wanna have commission breath, like. Oh my god, if I sell your house, I'm gonna get like, you know, $50,000, you know, they know that, like, if you come with a genuine heart to actually want to help, they're going to feel that from you. So the more you can offer them, like I said, we're always, you know, we're all around if you guys need help with anything. I'll give you, you know, my card, my cell phone number, you can text me, call me anytime, like, I've been in your shoes. It's hard at the beginning. But if you put in the work, like, I promise it'll come back, you just have to be hungry and willing to grind and work, especially the first year. If you grind and work that first year, it's going to come back tenfold. It's just hard to get started.
When you ready to post on social media, did you use like your personal account or did you just created a whole new for? real
Did I use my
estate,
personal what?
Like a personal social media account?
So I used to have like my personal one and a business one. And there's like I guess he's like a real estate guru, Tom Ferry. He says that he came out with all these stats that people, and I always got more engagement on my personal one than my business one. And he says people like to see that you're also a regular person. So like I just combine them, so I literally just have my personal one because like my clients will be like, oh my god, your daughter's so funny, like if I post like she'll make me do TikToks with her or whatever it is, and like clients then like relate to you, so now they see that not only like am I in business, but like I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have a zoo in my house, you know, like, so they'll always laugh like, oh my god, like I don't know how you do it, like it's just some kind of like engagement that I can have with them, right? So even if you look like on my social media, I would say majority of it is like business. So I'm always like posting like my business stuff, and in between here and there, like I'll do like, you know, stuff with my family or whatever it is, just so that we could see, you know, my life too, and like whatever I do, and you, especially like as a woman, like another woman will relate to you, you know? So the more that they see you too, and not just like, just listed, just sold, just listed, just sold, you know, that's all people like, they're just going to skip right over it, you know? So even like doing like funny things, whatever it is, like I just try to make sure I'm like on people's social media, growing social media. Just go on like wherever you guys are from. I mean, go on somebody that's like. The mayor of your town, right? Look it up and see if you can find his social media, start following who he's following. Cause then it'll be like people from town, like Board of Ed, whatever, like I did that, like I'll just follow, people or,
I follow businesses.
yeah.
So.
Mhm. I follow businesses all the time. And like I said, like I'll know like important people in town, like, oh, or this police officer, like whatever it is, and I'm like, I'll start following, like if I see. On my Facebook, and like I live in Woodridge, if anyone comes up in Woodridge or like surrounding towns, I'll be like, like I'll just. Because I don't even care, like, oh, she friend requested me, like this is weird, I don't care. Like if I have, I just don't care,
Most will do is with the clients, but
who cares, and you're not. You're not ruining my life with it, so I just try to get in front of as many people, call as many people, and literally guys, time block. Set a schedule for yourself. And say like, there's no answer, but it's like I'm doing it. Because that first year, the more you do, the more it'll come back. And the more it'll be easier for you, because a lot of agents wash out, especially if you're new, because you're sitting there like, how do I get business? How do I get clients, right? Like. Who's gonna trust me when I just started doing this? You just gotta grind and put in the work. There's no secret sauce behind it. And that first year will be your toughest year. But the more you grind on it. The more calls you make. Door knocking, guys, is literally amazing. And you might feel stupid doing it the first few times, but. You're going to get business out of it. So when you don't have clients, resort to how you can get clients. If you have any questions, like you guys could always call, text me, whatever you need. I'm here.
Okay, do you have your business card?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I give you my list? Thank you.
then
My cell's on there, for you guys, if you give me a call literally anytime.